Back in the summer, many college football experts and several Alabama football fans were unsure if the 2021 version of the Tide football team had what it takes to compete not only on a high level, but to defend their national crown. 7 months later, Coach Nick Saban and the Tide are here in Indianapolis, ready to go back-to-back. All they have to do is beat Georgia for the second time in over a month.
And one of the most important days of your career was this one right here. All right.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, show it. All right. So run us through what happened on that day. What was going through your mind? And obviously, we know you chose Alabama, but just for people that don't remember what happened 17 years ago.
Well, you know, the first thing I look at this chain that I was wearing, and I guess that was the style back in 2004.
Years ago, someone said, "Dad, welcome to Atlanta where the players play." Well, even though a game was not being played today or even this week in the ATL, a lot of your favorite SEC coaches and players had no problem talking about the game they love the most. The SEC spring meetings usually are full of fun with all the exchanges between the coaches. But this year's event in Destin, Florida was spicy like my late grandma's gumbo because of the spat between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher on NIL deals. Coach Jimbo Fisher speaking to the media today and explaining that he and Coach Saban chatted in a professional manner over the recent incident. The friendship between the two may have taken a hit, but according to the Aggies head football coach, the feud is over. Moving forward, the situation is like a Linkin Park song because in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Let's head on down to the Big Easy and check in with Mo Carter, a guy who knows a lot about football and the culture of South Louisiana. How's it going, Mo?
Well, Kanisha, things are actually going quite well here in the city of New Orleans, but as a South Louisiana native, I have to admit I'm not too happy with the weather. We've had constant rain throughout the afternoon, plus it's been muggy. Luckily, those weather conditions will have no bearing on tomorrow's game, which will be played indoors inside of the Caesars Superdome. Well, Naomi, you know the old cliche, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. As you mentioned, the Trash Pandas started off on fire, going up 3-1 on the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. But it was Pensacola that finished the game strong, scoring 3 runs in the final 3 innings as they picked up their first win of the season and handed the Rock City Trash Pandas their first loss of the season. Auburn Tiger fans will come far and wide to see their favorite coaches and players because it's a big deal. Tonight, the VVC South Hall was packed with fans of orange and blue for the Auburn Ambush Tour. Headlining the tour once again was men's basketball coach Bruce Pearl. This season, Coach Pearl leading his squad to an SEC regular season championship while coaching 2 All-Americans. And good evening, everyone. A total of 5 Tennessee Valley area basketball teams had an opportunity to play for championships and bring a blue map back to their respective schools. Speaking of the number 5, Pisgah's Lady Eagles were playing for their 5th straight title this morning here at the BJCC. You could tell it was state championship time for Coach Kerry Ellison because it's the only time that he pulls out that special red blazer. Pick things up in the second half. Pisgah up by 11. On the fast break, KK Wilborn to Madeline Flamia for the bucket. Lady Eagles up by 13. St. Luke's with the answer, though. Chloe Gilmore from downtown, and it's good from 3-point range. She led St. Luke's with 19 points. After that, Molly Hurd took over. Lipscomb commit gets the Euro step and scores the bucket right here. Then it's Hurd again, blowing by everyone for the easy bucket. Pisgah led 54-35 after 3 quarters. It was more of the same in the 4th quarter. Hurd with the drive to the hoop. She scores the basket and she's fouled. 25 points, 16 rebounds. She was your tourney MVP, and Pisgah is bringing back their 5th straight title to Jackson County. Lady Eagles win by a final score of 74-54. And welcome back, everyone. The last time we saw Quill Glass in action on the gridiron was right here. That's when he participated in the first HBCU Legacy Bowl down in the city of New Orleans about 10 months ago. Now Glass will continue his pro career in that same city. This week, the former Alabama A&M record holder signing a deal with the New Orleans Breakers of the USFL. You played football here in the state of Alabama. You played football all across the entire country, but a lot of people will tell you, or at least you're going to argue, that there's no better football being played than in the state of Alabama. What makes playing high school football so such a special thing in the Yellowhammer State?
I think it's all about family and friends. I think when you get your family behind you, support you, and what you're doing on the football field, I think that's what makes it great here. Everybody's there on Friday night.
You've had quite a day today getting.
Mo had a trip, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. All right, so I'm going to keep this very, very short. My day started off with a delayed flight that became a canceled flight, then a rescheduled flight. The only thing that did not make me feel bad today that there were about 15 Alabama Crimson Tide diehard fans that were in the same boat as me when it comes to the traveling standpoint. So we kind of all huddled up, shared some stories, talked about some things. You know, the ages went from young all the way old, and we had a good time. It feels kind of strange to be in Birmingham covering an event with the Alabama A&M Bulldogs that's not the Magic City Classic or SWAC-related event like Media Days or the baseball tournament. However, no matter what happens tonight, we know for sure that Coach Connell Manor and company are kicking off their season against the Blazers of UAB. Now tonight will present an opportunity for us to check out that revamped Alabama A&M Bulldogs defense under new defensive coordinator Kynes Bullware. Now this unit will have at least 10, maybe 11 new starters who join the team via the transfer portal. And right out the gate, they'll be challenged. UAB's offense averaged nearly 400 yards a game last season. Coach Manor is interested to see how his unit will defend the Blazers.
We're looking for those guys to be consistent. And we need all 11 on every play to be on the same page doing their job. Because if you have one guy going the wrong gap, you're going to get gashed for a big run. You get one guy blowing coverage, you're going to get a touchdown beat on you. So we're looking for consistency. We know these guys can play, but they have to be on the same page and they have to do their assignment.
Now, besides the defense, the million-dollar question all offseason has been who will replace Aqeel Glass at the quarterback position. Well, this week we finally got an answer. Quincy Casey will start tonight's game, but Xavier Langford will receive valuable playing time, not just tonight, but over the course of the next 3 games.
These first 3 games are filling out, see what we are. We're probably going to wind up playing both quarterbacks. Both of those guys performed well in camp. And Quincy just was able to edge him out barely. And like I said, I have confidence in both of those guys. I think both of those guys can get us where we need to be.
Now, we'll have highlights coming up tonight after Penn State and Purdue right here on Fox 54. In Birmingham, covering Alabama A&M, I'm Mo Carter for Fox 54 Sports.